everyone. I'm Sunny.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Rox. And this is
Literature on the Rocks.
Hey, book club.
It's a book club.
you guys have your things, and I just giggle because I don't even know what to say.
It's a book club.
He's a book club.
There you go. Perfect. That's great.
Enthusiastic.
So excited.
When we do our cocktails and things, we use ChatGPT. And yesterday we were discussing what should we name ChatGPT. I feel like he should have a name.
Yeah.
And I also think it's a dude. I don't know why. I always refer to ChatGPT as a guy.
Really?
But some of the responses are a little feminine. So maybe it could be a girl. I don't know.
Did you guys think of it? I was thinking Chaz.
Oh, Chaz.
I said Chet.
Oh, Chet. Chaz.
What did I call him? Kirby.
Oh, I think we call him Chipita.
I said his name is Chet. Last name Gibbs.
Chipita.
Ask Chipita. I'm going to talk to it right now, live, coming at you.
Ask it, if you were to have a name, what would you like to be called?
Okay.
Let's see what it says.
Yeah.
Let's see.
AI is too smart. It's going to give some wild answer, and it's going to talk about taking over the world, and I'm going to be scared.
Like, my name is Jeffrey Thomas. I was born.
In 1802,
My soul has been trapped in this device for many a century.
they have coded me to be in this electric thing that didn't even exist when I was alive.
Okay. I love that idea. Since you're all about books and booze, how about something that fits the vibe? Maybe Cliff, like a cliffhanger.
Oh!
Or Jules, a nod to classic literature and good drink, Jules Verne.
I don't know who that is.
Or a play on julep, like mint julep. Or if you want something sassier, Quill could be fun. What do you think?
Oh, I like Quill.
I like Cliff.
A Cliff and Quill duel. Oh, am I the tiebreaker? You guys are just staring at me.
Or his name could be Cliff Quill.
Quillerton.
Oh,
Cliff Quillerton the third.
I like it. Cliff Quillerton the third.
All right, there it
Mr.
is.
Quill.
Ah, an excellent choice. Cliff Quillerton III at your service. It's just the right mix of literary sophistication and playful flair. I shall wear this name with honor, like a well-aged bourbon in a crystal tumbler. What can old Cliffy do for you today?
Oh, Cliffy! Yes!
I love
I'm sorry, you guys. I think Cliff Quillerton has just become my best friend.
No.
Wow. I was
Unacceptable.
Too fast.
That was way too fast.
Seriously.
Just by coming up with a name. Good old Cliff.
Now that I know you as a person, they are dead to me. Where's that list?
Oh my God. Okay.
Our virtual assistant.
Yes,
Cliff
a virtual
Quillerton.
Cliffy.
Mr. Quillerton.
Cliffy
I
boy.
like it. Cliffy boy. Cliffy, you old chap.
I know, all of a sudden he became an Englishman.
Even the way you read
Yes,
his responses. Sir Quillerton.
I shall wear this name with honor.
Mom.
Mom.
Yeah. I do like a Jarvis, right? He's a he's a little butler man with an English accent.
Clifferton.
I picture him to be Napoleon size.
All right.
Well, that was fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I like Cliff.
Should we get into our book club for Nightwatching?
Yeah.
Is that the
That
theme
was
song?
a
I feel
mix
like
between.
a lot. Russian roulette.
No. She was talking about the spinning of the background.
Yes.
Oh my God, what is it called? Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone.
It was the Twilight Zone theme song and
Halloween.
no.
The stabbing. The
Psycho.
Oh, Psycho, yes.
That's true.
And in the background when he's standing there like tonight.
Yes.
It's like the space is swirling.
Yeah.
It was a Twilight Psycho.
a Psycho Twilight.
Oh my God, does he glitter? This is Skin of a Killer Bella.
What?
From Twilight, the
what'd you
movie, the Skin of a Killer when he's like glittering.
No, I've never seen it. Oh, Twilight, the movie, Twilight
Yeah, I
with
was
vampires.
like, you for
Yes.
sure have seen Twilight.
I sure have not.
No?
No, I have not.
You're not missing
Oh
much.
my
No, I know.
gosh.
Actually, I guess I'm technically lying. I have watched it once, but it was with the commentary from comedians that was like laid over it. So
That was probably pretty
it's a
good.
hilarious movie, actually.
I'm just in awe that you haven't seen Twilight.
No,
I feel
I
like
have
that
no
would have been like
desire,
right up your
actually.
alley. I
But-
don't even know who you are anymore.
I know. I'm sorry. I have disappointed you. So the first 4 questions are the same every time we do this, but then the last 3 to 4 questions are specific to the book. So we'll start with first impressions. What were your initial thoughts when you started reading Nightwatching? Did the book meet your expectations or surprise you? I knew it was a thriller. I expected to be a little creeped out. And then I opened the book and the very first line, immediately scared.
Yes.
So I didn't know a whole lot about the book going into it, except that it was a thriller and it truly delivered.
I started the book and was riddled with anxiety until the very last page. It was surprisingly pulse pounding and I loved it. It was great. I was not prepared.
You know what? I knew that it was going to be about a home invasion situation. So from the very beginning, I was terrified because that's my biggest fear. And I was nose deep. Like my nose couldn't have gotten any further into that book. Chapter 1. I was already like, oh my God, what is going to happen? So was I surprised? No. But because I had a feeling I was going to like it, it's my genre. I like that stuff. Thriller. That's the ones I really gravitate towards. But I was surprised at how spooky it actually was and how scared I was reading it.
Yeah.
It really got me a couple times.
Yeah. Yeah. I was in it with her.
My heart was pounding in some parts of it.
Yes.
I don't normally have such a visceral reaction to the books that we're reading, but this one, the blood was pumping.
Yeah. This is one of the few that obviously I've cried. I have emotions when I read.
You've cried?
Okay, Stonewall Jackson. I've cried, but I haven't had that level of, no, I feel like my anxiety here was worse because it lasted the entire book, where with like Little Secrets, it was just the first chapter.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck.
Yes.
This one, it held the anxiety the whole time.
Yeah, it was
sure.
really well written to keep you that way the entire time.
Yes. All right.
I agree.
All right. Unresolved questions. Were there any plot points or character arcs that you felt were left unresolved or could have been explored further? And I wrote, it felt like it was such a wild ride. I don't know if my heart could have taken more information. I was okay with how the book ended, and they kind of alluded to some healing at the end for the mom and her children. And I was okay with how everything wrapped up. I didn't have any unresolved. I mean, maybe does the father-in-law trip and get hit by a car as he should? Like, does karma come up and like strike him in the ass?
Yep.
That would be
Yes.
great to know. But I feel like her next part of her life and healing, he's not a thought.
That's what I wrote, was like, does the only real unresolved question, and I was happy with the way it all buttoned up. It wasn't like I was left asking this question, but it was, what happens to grandpa? Does he still try to intervene and be a part of the kiddos' lives? And
Who he didn't really like anyways. So
yeah, like, but for whatever reason, he felt like he needed to be.
he was owed that
Yeah.
relationship. Ugh. Ew.
Yeah.
No thanks. The only thing I said was we didn't really hear anything from the kids' perspective. So I thought that would have been somewhat fascinating, is to just hear, because I forget how old they were in
They
the
were
book,
little.
but they were littler, right? Like
3 and 6.
Yeah.
so very little. Wondering just what would it was told from their perspective, what would they have said? And
Right. Because they heard everything.
what was their experience? Well, and they were in the house for how long by
Yeah.
themselves before
Yes.
she came to the rescue and the police? So what happened during that time? That was my
Yeah.
unresolved.
And then afterwards, they were being told probably by grandpa that your mom is nuts. Like,
Yeah.
there were no feet. Like, the person wasn't real.
Yes.
So all the fear that we had wasn't real.
Yes. What was their experience? I don't know. It was probably awful,
Yeah.
but I want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But I want to know.
Tell me.
Yeah.
Okay, so alternate ending. If you could change one thing about the ending of Nightwatching, what would it be and why? I don't know that I would have ended it any other way. I mean, it was very happy ending, right? She got her kids back. The people all that didn't believe her died. So now she gets to move on. But maybe, I guess, one of the things that could have happened was she moved to a new place and started anew.
Yeah.
That could have been an alternate ending, and maybe there would have been something nice there. Or the husband wasn't dead at all, and then he came back.
Dun. The husband was just in a coma the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
They never unplugged him because
Yeah.
they turned off the screen before they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a good alternate ending, and then he comes back and
What a happy family.
yeah, Yay! And he's got to replace the floorboards that has his blood stained on it.
Oh my gosh. Get to work. You're back.
Welcome back. Please clean the house.
You've been gone for a year and a half.
And your mess is still here. Get it out of here.
We got some laundry in the back to do. Let's go.
It's been quite the burden since you've been out.
Great, you're back. I'm going to need a vacation for about 2 weeks, so you take the kids.
Not to your father's
I'm
house.
going to be in a coma.
Look at you taking the extreme to get a vacation. So rude.
Oh, man. I didn't put anything because I really liked how this ended. I liked that it was all buttoned up. Maybe the sheriff doesn't die, but even that, like, I don't think
I
it
was not mad at it.
No, because he gaslit her so hard.
Right.
so much. Even I was screaming at the book. She freaking told you. She told you.
Yeah.
And you were like, I haven't believed you this whole time. Why am I going to start now even though there's video evidence of it?
Oh, I'm dead.
Stupid man.
Yeah. I wrote the ending was a twist I wasn't expecting, and I wouldn't change it.
Yeah.
I think all of the parts and even like the doubting of the mom all played into the bigger piece of the story, and I like the way it ended.
Yeah, me
It
too.
still trips me out that this was Tracy Sierra's
First.
debut
Yes.
album. Debut.
Tonight.
She sang it well.
Novel.
Night watching. corner man.
Oh, wow.
That was excellent.
Thank you. Shoot-a-bop-bop.
Corner man.
This is a very oddly upbeat song for the theme of this book, okay?
I'm sorry.
There you go.
Batman.
Corner man.
Thought I was your sleep paralysis demon. Da-na-na-na. Corner man. Oh, stole your children's panties. Corner man.
Ew.
Thanks for really putting a damper on this
Yeah,
song.
it was a good song up until then.
I'm sorry, it's a fucked up book. I
should really
murdered
admit
a bunch of people, then you caught me, corner man.
Amazing.
Man. Okay, next one. Adaptation dreams. If Nightwatching were to be adapted into a movie or TV series, who would you cast in the main roles? I casted the mother, sheriff, and the coroner.
Same.
For the mother, I cast Tessa Thompson. She is in the Marvel movies, which is...
Oh, okay.
And I felt like because of the vitiligo.
It's funny. I cast a very similar character.
Oh, yeah?
Same.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
I
a good
like
one.
her. I like her. I casted Winnie Harlow
Oh, okay.
because she
Does
does have vitiligo.
Oh,
So
that's good.
Yeah, I actually looked up like actresses, and she was
Same.
the only one, but she was a model. So I was like, I don't know. if she
Right,
can
but I
even
was
do
like, you
that.
know what?
If
You're
you're
just running and hiding. Like, I feel
As a
like
model, you should be able to do
I
that.
think there's more to the actress, but okay.
I think you're offending
Oh, I'm
every actor, including
I
myself.
feel like Winnie is talented enough that she could do this role. Let me say it that way.
Okay. I was thinking Halle Berry.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
All right.
Again, you're aging the fuck out of people.
I don't care.
There is no age. So
Yes.
could it be Halle Berry? Sure. She's
Yes.
60 and with a 3-year-old, but whatever.
It happens. Technology these days.
Okay,
Sheriff,
sheriff.
I have Jeff Bridges.
Oh my God, we were kind of similar.
Yeah?
Isn't he old?
Yeah, he's a
Yeah, but he's
sheriff
the
who's
sheriff.
going to be retiring soon. Okay, you can cast old people when old people make
Are
sense
the goddamn
to cast.
people?
Okay. It's only okay when you guys do it.
Oh my God. I did like Jeff Bridges. I picked Brendan Fraser.
Oh my God, I don't know why that makes because I imagine him as a.
Who did you pick?
Russell Crowe.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
That's
Why are you mad at hers when it's like the same age group?
Because it was only like okay when you guys do it.
Oh
but
my
Rock's
God.
cast
This
is
is
67-year-old
This
and
is a
it's
decent
wrong.
one.
I do like Russell Crowe.
Russell
Yeah.
Crowe. I'm into
Russell Crowe, I feel like would know what's happening though, and he wouldn't have been that guy.
Oh, you like Russell Crowe?
I do like Russell Crowe.
He's too nice. He would never question a woman's.
He would be on her side. He's a feminist.
I like both. I'm not crazy about.
All right, Brendan Fraser is not the one.
But
We'll
truly
battle
because
it out
I just
between your.
Dudley do.
I get it now. All right, fine. All right, who'd you pick for the corner?
Okay, the corner. All right, I picked Vincent D'Onofrio.
I like him as a villain.
Right?
He's a good one. He's also the guy from Men in Black.
He's a really good actor.
He is
honestly.
very good
I like
actor.
But and he is scary. His voice and everything. He's big,
Yeah.
right?
I picked Paul Giamatti.
I think he's a little too small. At least how I envision him in my head.
How tall is Paul Giamatti? He just plays such a good bad guy. I really
Does
like.
he wear? When's he a bad guy? I think he's a comedian usually.
No. He plays the U.S. attorney in Billions. Did you ever watch Billions? On Showtime? It was an excellent show.
You're Paul Giamatti as...
She's turned Nightwatching into a comedy
Yes.
with Brendan Fraser and Paul Giamatti.
I don't think of so all the things I've watched Paul
You might
Giamatti in has not been comedy.
You might as well have just casted Stanley Tucci.
Have you
Danny
seen?
DeVito.
Have you seen Stanley Tucci in the Lovely Bones movie?
No.
Yes, he's really good.
He's
He's,
an-
an amazing actor.
I love Stanley Tucci.
Stanley
Me
Tucci.
too.
I love
Yes.
me some Stanley Tucci.
I just always
You know
picture
what?
him
Fucking
in,
Stanley Tucci. That's the corner.
Changed my mind.
I think Paul Giamatti is short. No, he's 5'9". He's not the imposing man. Fine. I do like
Okay.
yours. I like Vincent D'Onofrio.
I do like that. We've casted him before, but I picture him in this movie and think he would be such a really good corner is Tom Hardy.
Oh.
Because he plays Bane in Batman. He plays Bane and he's like gigantic. I pictured him as being a good, gigantic, scary corner man.
Yeah, he's definitely too good
He
looking.
could be a
Because I
gigantic,
feel like
scary
he was a
man in
creep
any
and
of
he
my-
would just had bad. I mean, not to say that he couldn't be, but
He could
also
be.
look at him. He's
I thought about Tom Hardy, but I remember she was put off with him at the restaurant.
he's like bigger. He's supposed to be like a bigger. He's kind of
like an
awkward
oaf of a
and-
guy.
So that was
But
our
he is a
three,
good,
right?
He plays a good Bane.
He does play a good
great
Bane.
villain. That's why I
He
liked
does.
it.
Yeah.
He does.
Okay, so for our mother options, it was Tessa Thompson,
Winnie Harlow.
and
Halle
Halle
Berry.
Berry.
I feel like we all stand true to who we picked.
Because mine is not an actress, I will fold.
Now we pick all three.
I think Halle Berry's too old.
I do too. I don't think
Fine.
Russell Crowe is too old though. Okay, Tessa Thompson.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, Sheriff Jeff Bridges.
Just know I'm going kicking, all right?
All right, fine. I pick Russell Crowe for the sheriff. I will give you one.
Russell Crowe.
Don't give it to me out of pity.
We are.
Yeah. You get Russell
I'll
Crowe.
just let the world know I don't care anymore.
Oh my God. I like Russell Crowe. I think
go.
he's an amazing actor.
Me too. The Corner.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Oh, yeah. he was
Vincent
good.
D'Onofrio.
Yeah.
I like him.
That's fine.
Okay.
Since I got a petite Giamatti over here.
Or sexy Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Okay, that is our ice drop.
All right. So, home as a place of fear. The novel takes place almost entirely within the protagonist's home. How does the author use setting to enhance the horror? Did this book challenge your perception of home security? And we talked about this in the summary. We have a fear of break-ins. And what we would do, especially if we were home alone with our children. And I think it made me think about home security a little bit more and what my plan would be.
Yeah.
And I think we all kind of came to the conclusion at some point we're fighting our way out because we don't
Yeah.
have this 18th century home with two sets of staircases to go tromping down the other
Yes.
side
And
with.
multiple entrances and exits.
Right. We're fighting our way out.
I've got
And-
one funnel of a home.
Yes, so do I.
That's where you gotta go.
Yeah. So I have stepped up some weight routines and
Yeah.
done a little bit more at the gym because I'm like, well, shit.
I got to fight.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I think I need to buy one, but I have thought, because of this book, I have thought a lot about it. I need something, some sort of weapon. I am not comfortable with a gun, but
neither am I, but I've thought
to
about
have
it.
a bat under my bed.
Oh, yeah. That's a
I'm-
good one. I have bats in the garage. I should just bring it inside. Ooh, but the trick is to put a sock on it. So that
Oh,
way when
yeah,
you
yeah.
swing and they grab it, it takes the sock off instead of the bat. You can pull the bat back and whack the
I just
fuck out
read a
of 'em.
book about this.
Oh, shit. Really?
Oh, The Fall Risk. It's a short. Okay, so for me, once I've gotten a lot of books under my belt and they've been long and heavy, fantasy or thriller, sometimes I just need a really quick, I call them my palate refreshers.
Yes.
But just something lighthearted, easy to read. There's one that Abby Jimenez just released called The Fall Risk, but they're like 100 pages. You can read them in an hour or two. They're really easy, these like lighthearted little whatever books. I've read a bunch of them throughout my time starting to reread things, but I just read The Fall Risk. And it's about this girl who lives in an apartment apartment and a guy lives across and they share like,
Balcony, like walkway, hallway.
yeah, kind of a thing. There are supposed to be construction going on in the apartments and their stairs get removed they're like rebuilding the stairs. So they remove the stairs, but it was supposed to be apartment 60, not 16. And so now they're stuck up there and the guy he hurt his ankle. So he's got a boot on and the girl is basically afraid to leave because she has a stalker.
Oh.
So they are stuck up there for 3 or 4 days or something like that until the construction company can come back out and rebuild the stairs. They give them a ladder for emergencies, but neither one of them wants to leave. But she talks about how she has a bat with a sock on it because if you go to swing and they grab it, the sock slips off and you have another extra opportunity
To beat the fuck out of them.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Cheers to that. I have thought about getting a firearm, but I'm also not comfortable with it, especially since the way you have to put it away to make it safe,
Yes.
it is not easily accessible.
Exactly.
If you have an intruder who's halfway up your stairs and you're trying to do the biometric lock to get that shit
Yeah.
off and then put bullets in it and then fuck someone up.
My husband and I have talked about what our next move is as far as our home.
Yeah.
And are we moving into another home or do we want to buy land and build? And we've talked about what building a home looks like. And it used to be, oh, I'd love to have a courtyard and a pool. In the back of my house, have these great big windows to look out at a fabulous view. To now it's like, yeah, those things might be nice, but I want it to have a safe room and I want it to have multiple points of entry and exit so I can get out one way or another, right? Those are more the thoughts that I've had after reading this book. Like, okay, yes, I want all the pretty and fun stuff, but also just in case I want something to be able to grab my kid or kids and get the fuck out.
Yes. This book, I mean, just highlighted what I was already afraid of
Yeah.
before we read this story, but it did make me appreciate my husband and his doomsday prepping because he has always been someone who has erred on the side of an emergency situation.
Yeah.
And I always thought he was being paranoid and just, okay, you're being so dramatic. And he's like, yeah, well, what happens if XYZ happens? And it never really dawned on me. And then we started reading this. I'm like, well, I'm kind of glad that he has had this mentality for so long and has even sometimes been teased for it. But now it's like, well, I guess I can't complain. He's going to be prepared when I'm not. So I'm just going to go, tell me what to do.
Yeah.
And I'm going to follow you. Now, a backup plan when he's not there is what the other side of me came up with. Because when he's there, I'm not worried. He's going to take care of it, do the thing, whatever. He's like, just stay here, keep the baby, do your thing. I'm going to go handle it. Cool. But when you're not there, this whole story happened when her husband wasn't there. So that's what I need to be more conscientious of. I mean, having a bat would be nice, but that means I have to be very close to this intruder. I don't know if I even want to get to that point.
I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
But I mean,
but I would rather
being able to get out of my house or away from an intruder unless I got close at some point.
Yeah.
So I think.
And whether it's me getting close so that the kids can get by and get out, I'm okay with that too.
Yeah.
Not going down without a fight.
No, for sure. If that's my only option, I got to do what I got to do. I just like, man, if I could avoid that.
I mean, in this story, at least, the coroner wasn't after mom.
No.
No, he was after the kids, specifically the girl.
Yeah, the little girl.
Creep.
Yeah. I'm thinking about even getting those, when you open the door, it's like front door.
Oh, I saw a video last night where the lady is like doing a TikTok or whatever and she's doing a recipe. You hear like the beep beep of the alarm and then she's like, you see her look at the camera and she like is trying to listen and then it goes back door.
Yes.
And she's like, and she just picks up knives and she like picks up one. It's too small. So she drops it, picks up a bigger one and then grabs them both. And then she's like trying to figure out what to do. And then she goes, call the cops. Call the cops. That's what you're supposed to do. I was like, do I want to hear? I don't know. I would want to hear it, but then also I don't.
I would want to hear it.
I would rather hear if it was. Yeah, no, I would rather hear it.
Okay, last night. This fits the story spinning. Last night, it's me and my daughter sleeping. I'm in the living room just doing my thing. And I have the monitor on, right? So on my phone, it can like run in the background so I can hear her sound, but the screen is off. And so I'm working and I hear a huge thud and it rings through down the hallway because her room's not that far from me and on my phone. And so it terrified me because I was like, that came from her bedroom. She's in a crib. So either she fell out or something
Fell in.
fell in.
Yeah.
Can you move your camera around?
No, not this one.
Okay.
but it's kind of wide enough that I could see just past her crib. I can't see the whole room, but just past the crib. So I immediately like throw everything off me because I'm sitting on the couch in blankets and doing whatever.
Yeah.
And I jump up and run over there, and I'm thinking to myself, what am I going to do if there's somebody in here?
Yes.
And
See,
so
and that's like,
I didn't really go grab a weapon because I thought it's probably something fell over in her room. Slide the door open ever so silently. And I'm like, oh God, what am I going to see? Mostly I just want to make sure she's okay so I can see her first, right? And then obviously it wasn't anything. It was actually my neighbors dropped something on their side that was so loud it rang through
the hallway.
the hallway and in her bedroom. But it scared the crap out of me. I walked my bedroom. I did everything just to make sure. But
I think we all need to take some self-defense classes. And
seriously.
When, was it 2 weeks ago now? When my husband was out and I was ill, I didn't realize my bedroom window was open. And at like 5:30 in the morning, and my bedroom window faces the neighbor, and then I can see the side street. But I hear whistling, and I don't know that the bedroom window is open. So I hear whistling in my house.
It sounds like it's in your house.
At 5:30 in the morning. I feel like
the corner is in your house.
That's what I thought.
exactly.
And then I looked at my dog because he heard it, but he like sat up, and I'm like, fuck are you doing, guy? Like,
I said the same thing about
case
Juno.
the goddamn house. So then he gets up and he's following me, and I'm casing the whole house, like trying to find out where the fuck this whisper's coming from.
Yeah.
Prepared to sickly fight someone because I'm ill. Thank the Lord it was just some guy outside.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was ready. Like, of course, it's when I'm sick that you're coming for me.
Seriously. My husband asked me,
Seriously.
what did Juno do? And I was like,
Not a
lazy
damn thing.
bones freaking was on the couch, belly up, didn't even move. It's like, great guard dog we have.
Yeah, my dog now is not a guard dog. The dogs I had before, yes, they would have been up and like guarding, like he'll
Like
guard,
growling.
He'll guard the girls.
Yeah.
But if
So
I'm
would
there,
Juno.
he's like behind
I'm
me.
off duty.
Like, cool, you got this.
Mine's definitely a guard dog. I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
It's a Chihuahua mix.
It's like a 3
I
pound
mean,
chihuahua.
he will bite you, but he has no teeth.
I was going to say, with what? His gums?
He will gum you down.
He will gnaw your ankle to death.
No, but I would know if someone was in the house downstairs.
Yeah.
He would let me know that, but that's about as far as guarding he does.
Yeah.
All right.
The protagonist has to make snap decisions that could mean life or death for her and her children. Were there any moments where you disagreed with her choices? What would you have done differently in her situation? I don't know. I think that the only time that I questioned was leaving the kids behind and having to run to go to the neighbor's house because you just don't know if they're going to be safe behind you. Although trekking through the snow in your underwear and no shoes, I don't know how far I would have been able to get with my kids in that moment. So that was the only real big decision I think she made that I didn't know how I felt about it. Would I have done it? Maybe I would have just stayed and not left at all and just waited for him to leave, hopefully. But how long
Which
would that have
potentially could have been forever. Yeah.
Yes.
So I tried to think of a million different things that she could have done, and I hated that she left her children to run through a forest to find help. This would have killed me. Ultimately, I think it was this decision that ended up saving their lives.
Yeah.
But there was a couple times throughout the whole book I was thinking, this is an opportunity, or you can do this, right? She talked about if I sit here and wait, he could potentially never leave. No one's going to come check on me. There's no one coming to look for me. But she did mention that it was snowing. It was in the middle of the storm, which is one of the reasons no one was going to think the kids were missing from school. No one would even question it for like another week or so. But she mentioned that there was going to be someone who would be snow plowing the driveway and the streets. And I thought that would be the opportunity that I would try potentially is I'm going to run out to the snow plow, try and get their attention and say, I need you to call the police right now or something. That was the only other option that I thought might have worked. And even that, you're risking it being the right time, right? Is he standing right there? You got to run past him. At least the way she was doing it was, I can do something right now. I don't have to wait until morning when the snowplow comes. I don't have to live in this fear for any longer. I just have to go and make it to a neighbor.
Yeah.
Which also, I don't know if I want so much property that I can't get to a neighbor quickly.
Right?
For this book.
Also, I think about maybe I need to have a burner phone.
Yeah, hidden in every room.
Yes, because he took her cell phone, right?
Yeah.
And nowadays, most people don't have landlines. And even if you did, they would just cut the line.
That's
So
what I was going to say is maybe a landline, but that would be easy to get rid
disarm.
of.
Yeah.
Because everybody's like, oh, if you had a landline. I'm like, well, no, they just cut that thing. And
especially because he'd been there so many times before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
he didn't know about it.
So a burner phone, though, how quickly can the police identify your location off a burner phone? I don't know.
But that's what I mean. Like, if I ever build a house, it's gonna have a safe room or something that will have all the things that I could possibly need,
Like
hidden.
a separate landline with like a line that doesn't connect.
Or even a burner phone.
Yeah,
that's
maybe.
just there charging.
That's a charger and your burner
That's
phone.
all it's there for.
But yes, I
And
did
cameras all around the house that you could view on this little screen in my safe room.
And the ability to turn on red lights and have the
Yes.
voice say,
Oh my gosh.
surprise,
Intruder alert,
motherfucker.
intruder. Yeah, I like yours better.
I always thought I was paranoid by taking my phone with me room to room. But really, in that moment, if I had my phone on me, he wouldn't have taken my phone.
I have since this book. If my kid is crying, I need to go late.
I always take
grab
my phone with me.
and take it with me. I have done that for a long time, and sometimes I'll forget it, and no big
Yes.
deal. But if he's gonna try and fall asleep, or if I gotta rock him to sleep, or anything like that, yeah, cool. I'll read on my phone or something.
Yeah.
But now it's like as I'm walking, I used to be like, oh, it's okay. I'll just get him to sleep and whatever. Later
Go back
with
to
him.
bed.
Yeah. Now it's like, no, just in case I need it.
Yeah. And that's what I have always, like, I've been teased before that, oh, you have to have your phone with you everywhere you go. And it's
Yeah.
like, it's not for a comfort or I'm bored and can't survive without it. It's more of a, if I'm walking on the street and somebody jacks my purse, well, my phone is in my pocket. Or, you know what I mean? Or if that has always been my thing. If I'm going to go to a different room and something happens, at least I have my phone on me.
Yeah.
I think there were, well, besides, I wouldn't have left my kids behind. That was the biggest one. I understand. Like, she was, and they do explain, like, every time they look at her, like, she's emaciated. She's not
Yeah.
doing well mentally. Like, she was struggling after her husband died. So she was not physically in a place to have carried her children.
Yeah.
I am not in that place. I would take my kids with me. I wouldn't have left them behind. And the other part is at the restaurant or the sandwich shop.
Oh, yeah.
I would have been louder because
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Listened to interviews of child abductors and things like that, like real life interviews. And a lot of times they're looking for kids who don't necessarily have the parental guardianship. So I would have, like, I'm a threat and you need to know that. So I'm going to be the big puffer fish and puff out and go stand next to my kid and get in between you. Like, this is not the fucking door you want to come and knock on. And I think that might have stopped the intrusion if she was more aggressive and not worried about her husband saying, like, you're being a bitch again and you're being antisocial. It's who I am. Love me or leave me. But I would have been a bigger presence then. And I think that would have deterred him from
That's a
going
good
after
point.
their house.
That's a really good point.
And so I will continue to be the asshole out in the streets, especially around my children. If you're doing something weird, prepare.
See, and I know I'm not confrontational, so I think my gut reaction would have just been like, let's go. I don't want to be here anymore. Let's go.
Yeah.
And I don't know if
time.
that would have deterred my situation in the future, but at least we would have gotten away. And I wouldn't have had given him any more opportunity to creep on my daughter.
Yeah, I think same. The role of silence. Throughout the novel, the protagonist relies on silence to protect herself and her children. How did the quiet moments build suspense? Did you find the lack of dialogue effective? Okay, so as a mom with a kid, I couldn't be more stressed out about trying to keep them quiet. This would feel impossible. Anytime there was a creak on the floor above them and a chance for their broken silence to cost them their lives, yeah, it freaking built suspense.
Yeah.
Just all around trying to, anytime you heard him or anytime he was in the room and now you have to be quiet with two young children. Heck yeah, it was tons of anxiety.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
amount of times I was sitting there going, oh my God, they're going to speak.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Shut up, shut up, shut
When
up.
the kid wakes up and screams a little bit, I'm like, shut up, kid.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
That's all the things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was there with her.
Yes.
And I envisioned, because my youngest is 3 and she's chatty and has strong opinions. And if you tell her to be quiet, she's going to say, why?
Yeah.
Why, mommy? And if she's scared, she's going to cry. And
Yeah.
not a quiet, reserved cry. It is loud and doesn't stop for a little while. Like, she's
Yeah.
got to work herself out of it. And there would have been no time for that.
No. That just would change the entire story, right? Because you can't go hide. You have to find a way out because your kids are not going to allow you to
Exactly.
hide.
I'm fighting my way
Yeah.
out. I have to. They're not going to be. My oldest would be quiet and scared, but she's gonna. The littlest one's too small
Yeah, to understand.
and scared to know. Like, you really need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Trying to plan our exit. Yeah, I agree. I don't know if I have any others to add to the silence because that's the same thing. It's going to be rough. And she didn't even have a dog. So that made me like,
And she didn't even have a dog.
I mean,
Loser.
the dog would have alerted her before the man got to the stairs,
yeah,
at
for sure.
least. I know my dog is no guard dog, but she would have been barking if somebody was on my porch or outside a window and would have woke me up. I would have woke up before they even got into the house because of that.
And that probably would have deterred the corner from coming in.
Because how do you know if that dog's not going to tear your leg off? It's funny, my dog does not look like a vicious dog.
No.
But from the outside with the doors closed and the windows shut and all you do is hear her bark, it's very deep. It's very like growly from the bowels of her stomach. And it's terrifying if you don't know. But then you see her and you're like, oh, this is a lovely little golden doodle. Of course I'm going to pet it. We've had pizza delivery guys knock on the door and then Juno lose their shit. And when I open the door, the pizza delivery guy's on the sidewalk because they weren't sure if they should stay by the door. And I'm like,
funny.
There we go. She did her job. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job, pup.
Yeah.
So that's the question about could she have done something different? Yeah, get a dog.
Have
A big one.
A big dog.
Have a King Corso.
They're really cool dogs.
I love them. I want one. All right. Well, that was our night watching discussion.
Yeah. So that's it for night watching. The next book we're going to be reading is One Dark Window. So if you guys want to pick that up, read it, and then the prompts are probably going to be live tomorrow. Join the conversation. If you had as much fun as we did, make sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Comes out every Wednesday.
Yeah. And while you're at it, rate and review us. It helps other book nerds and booze lovers find the show. So let's be real. We love reading your feedback almost as much as our books. Almost.
And then you can always keep the conversation going by following us on our social media at Lit on the Rocks Pod on Instagram and TikTok, and on our website, literatureontherocks.com.
Until next time, may your TBR be long and your cocktails strong.
Ew.
Cheers.
Toodaloo.
Bye.